All right, Bruchim Aboyim, welcome everyone. It is Thursday night, called Leil Shishi. It's Rosh Chodesh Sivan, and we like to learn the Kedushas Levi. We're starting this Shabbos Parshas Bemidbar. We started Shabbos afternoon, I guess technically. So we're in the book of Numbers, in the first chapter. It says, as Rosh B'nai Yisrael Mishpachosam, Leveis Avosam, lift up the head of the children of Israel, according to their families, according to their patriarchal households. Ves kol ha'eda hikhilu be'echad l'chodesh hasheni, yisyaldu al mishpachosam leveis avosam. And the entire congregation congregated on the first day of the second month, and they demonstrated their birth records according to their families, according to their patriarchal houses. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 2, and then verse 18. Here's Rashi Zal. So Rashi, Rabbi Solomon Isaacides, explains, V'sialdu, what does it mean that they literally they presented their births? Heviu Sefer Yechuseim. They brought books of their pedigrees, their family trees. V'linira, Farsh Kepshutoi. But really, it seems to me, we don't have to take such a homiletic interpretation, but rather we can understand the simple meaning. V'sialdu Lashon Leida. They gave birth, they were born. It's a term of birth. Kiyadua, because it is known. Hu she'umos ha'olam misyachsim achar imam. V'lechein nikro le'umin. That it is known that what nation one comes from, that goes after the mother. So therefore, all the nations are called le'umim with an aleph, as opposed to amim with an ayin. It means to the mothers. And so therefore, whether or not one, it's not even really in the sense of how we often say it, that you're Jewish if your mother's Jewish. It's not really the case, but rather you are not a Gentile if your mother is not a Gentile. That's the more accurate way of saying it. First of all, because Jewish is your religion. And if you don't live up to that religion, you're not part of the community. And in that way, you're a non-religious person who is quote-unquote born Jewish doesn't belong to any community. It's an issue that people don't understand very well. But it's the simple pshat, because that's why we say the bracha shelo asani goy. We don't, in our liturgy, in the Orthodox liturgy, say, "Thank you, God, that made us a Jew." Shasani Yisrael, made me an Israelite. Shasani Yehudi. No, we say shelo asani goy. Why? Because we don't know, are we living up to what it means to really be Jewish? There's nothing wrong being a Gentile. But being a non-Gentile means that one has obligations to live as a Jew. And we're not so arrogant to say that we actually live up to what it really means to be a Jew. Right? Mordechai, who was from the tribe of Benjamin, right? He's Ish Yemini, was also Ish Yehudi. He was a Jew. Why? Chazal tell us, our sages tell us, Kol ha'kofer b'avodah zarah nikra Yehudi. Someone who denies idolatry is called a Jew. The monotheist is the Jew. Obviously, Muslims are not Jews. Monotheistic Christians, like Jehovah's Witnesses, are not Jews because they're a different religion. But the point is that someone who is an Israelite who denies idolatry is called Yehudi. is called a Jew. But the qualification of whether or not one is a Gentile, that question is derived by the mother. And so if your mother was a Gentile, you're not a Jew unless you convert. And so it's not the case really so much that because your mother's Jewish, you're Jewish, but rather if your mother's a Gentile, you're a Gentile. That's really what the essence of the halacha is. But however, the Israelites have a different way. Achar shekiblu haTorah asu as a mishkan v'kelev zachal is yachis achar mishpachos avihem knoide soid hadavar. So the Jews, the Israelite tribes, they're patriarchal tribes. So the tribal affiliation would go after the father. And for that reason, someone like me, right? My mother is Jewish, my father was not. And I'll say, I mean in the colloquial sense of Jewish, but she likes Shabbos candles, she keeps Yom Tovim to a certain extent, even if she's not fully observant. But she observes enough that she recognizes the Kedushas of Shabbos, which is really the most essential ingredient of the Jewish identity. It's not Israel, it's not Zionism, it's none of that nonsense. It's Shabbos. You know, people often ask my wife, did she convert for me? She said, no, why would I convert for a guy? I converted for Shabbos. That's what she says. Because Shabbos, there's nothing like it. Nobody experiences what a real Shabbos is. Shabbos is, it's like there's a video. It's coming up. Shabbos. It's the yard side of the Minchas Elazar, right? The famous video of Minchas Elazar. It says Shabbos. It's a hatnish kan digma. There's nothing you can compare Shabbos to. Zug for the tire breed in America, man can halt in Shabbos and vet git sein. Gemeint is nur Shabbos mit Davenen. Daf hiten Shabbos. That was his message to the tire breeder in America. Zug for the tire breeder in America, man can halt in Shabbos and vet git sein. That's the koyach of Shabbos. So anyway, but that's a different thing. But the Israelite tribal identity goes by the father, but only, of course, if the mother is Jewish. If the father is not Jewish, if the mother is not Jewish, so then the child is a Gentile, right? Even if the father is Jewish or is an Israelite. But the tribal affiliation goes by the father, right? So if your father's a Kohen and your mother is someone who can marry a Kohen, then you're a Kohen. If your father's a Levi and your mother's Jewish, you're a Levi, right? A priest, a Levi. So that's what it means that they were born, that something new was born into their life. And that's what it says according to their families, according to their father's houses. That the yichus, the ancestry, the pedigree of the Israelite tribes goes after their father's family. And that's what it means, lift up the heads of the children of Israel. Even though it means a term of counting, of making a census. That's the idiom, that's the intention of the idiom. But it also means to actually be lifted up. Their family, so their father's home. That they were worthy after they received the Torah and they made the vessels of the tabernacle, that their pedigrees would go after their fathers. But I think there's something deeper than this. Today we said Tfilas Hashlah, Tfilas Avos Albanim, prayer of the holy Shlah Kodesh, that it's a prayer for parents to pray for their children. A very powerful prayer, a very important prayer. And the thing is it says Suas Rosh Bnei Yisrael. If you lift up Rosh Bnei Yisrael, very famously, the Nachman Breslover says Rosh Bnei Yisrael is Oisius Rebbe, but it's also Oisius Rab Einei Hashem. And a Rebbe could be both. I'm probably the Rab Einei Hashem type of Rebbe, so that's why I don't have to worry about calling myself a Rebbe from the Rab on it, right? But Suas Rosh Bnei Yisrael, Echter Rebbe, is Rosh Bnei Yisrael. Suas Rosh Bnei Yisrael, when people have respect for tzaddikim, Talmidei Chachamim, then it's the Veis Avoisam that we have yichus after the avos and after our Avinu Sheb'Shamayim. This is something I said when I was a kid. Still a bacher when I said that said on this Torah. But anyway, I think I even said it in Yiddish by Shalosh Shudas in the Relax Inn back in the days. But this is what we're davening. We should be Mari Torah, Mari Talmud, Mari Mishnah, Mari Raza, Mari Gem Nechasadim, Mari Midas Trumius. I said that too. The Baruch Shem should help us. We should all be zeiche to have the yichus acher of Yinu Sheb'Shamayim, that our pedigree should be after our Father in heaven. That's our most important Father. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment, and we'll see you later.